Okay. Hello. Hi. My name is Luka Manojlovic. I'm head of IT and in charge of digital solutions and products at TP Food Group. I'm currently located at Gostol. Today, I would like to share with you our digital product called Smart Bakery Line. That is basically not even a dashboard anymore, but in fact, a fully functional tool that can help you out optimize your line to find where you have potential issues and also to educate your staff that is operating the line. We will jump into a live presentation of portal, but at the beginning I would like to point out some couple of things. So first of all, in case that the line or the owner of the line or the customer would like to have the portal Smart Bakery line, there are some prerequisites. So on the lines, we have three small computers that are basically getting data from PLCs and other potential sensors that are on the line. We are having a local database on the line, so you can get to your data also to be compliant with European Data Act, so you can access the data in raw format. So all the data that we receive from PLCs and other sensors can be accessed by you or your team directly on the line by connecting to one of the industrial interfaces that are implemented on the edge. If you would like to have our portal that gives you many other options, it's directly possible to implement by taking the data that is accumulated on your line and send to our data center in Nova Gorica in Slovenia. So I will start to share the screen. And I will jump into our dashboard. So first of all, I would like to tell you that we have connectivity from all over the world by using some digital points of presence around the world. So basically, we are able to get data from all the continents, and we are already doing that with some customers. But I would like to go directly into our portal because this is our main thing today. So if you open demo.smartbakeryline.com, by the way, you can open it also on your PC or even mobile device. It is a demo portal intended to a demonstration, to do a demonstrations like this one that I'm doing today. But basically, we are now showing already second version of the portal because we have implemented some new features that I would like to introduce today. So basically, when we are getting to the main dashboard, we have an overview where we have lots that were produced in last couple of days. And you can see that we have here the option also to filter all lots, those which were on target, and some of them that needs attention. It means that there is something wrong with all availability or performance or quality. So you can then go and check what was wrong while producing this lot. So if I go to all lots, I have all of them and I can even load more. So you have the information about previous lots here. And you can also see average OEE of the line, completed lots, pieces produced, rejection rate, and so on. So you have a brief information of what is going on and what you were doing with the line in the past. On the top, you can see that we already have some alarms and warnings. So we have this pop-up here that we can also view details of it. So you can quickly find out the latest alarms and warnings here. So this is a basic overview in the first dashboard, and then we can go and check all the other devices that we have on the line. By the way, today we are showing you couple of devices that are in this simulated line. And you can see that we have divider, proofer, oven, and also spiral. But we can connect any other device, even if it is not ours, if this device has exposed any kind of industrial interfaces like OPC UA or any other interface. So basically, having another machine that is not from our portfolio, it's not a problem to integrate it in the portal. Of course, we need to get the information about which variables you would like to have exposed and how, but in general, we are able to do that. Another thing that it's important um, to tell is that this presentation is also meant for you to provide feedback. So we would like to hear from you what you would like to see in the portal, which tools or which information would be interesting for you. So you can provide this information to us and we will try to implement this in the later releases of the portal, because this portal is an ongoing project. So it will get enriched with more and more functionalities as the time passes. So let's move to a divider. We can see that we have now the option to filter out the information regarding the divider. So what we are doing as a recipe, what is the target mass, what is the latest sample, and the average mass of the pieces. So we can see how many pieces were produced, how much mass was produced, what was the quality, and run and stop time. In the graph, we can see exactly which pieces were in the range that was set up by the recipe as a good pieces. And we see here that we have some pieces that are out of this range, or maybe they are overweighted or underweighted. So quickly you can see already on the graph that in what kind of pieces you are producing and if you have a problem. You can always go into a graph and zoom in, so you can exactly see minute by minute what is going on. And also you can move left and right, of course, on this timeline, so you can exactly go and check what was happening at certain moment on the line. I will also show you some new feature that we have implemented just now. So it is now possible to add an annotation here on the graph. So let's say I will put a green one here and I will put another one here. They can be used to mark some points in time. And this annotation, you will see later on that they are consistent through all the graphs on this portal. So I have put two annotations now. I can add or remove them later. I will show you how. So if I move to proofer, I can see the important information regarding proofer. So what kind of recipe again, what is the fermentation time, temperature, humidity. You can also see here that we have some warning about the climate. And then we have a proofer temperature during the time and humidity. And you can see here on the right side of the graph that we have those annotations that we did on previous graph on the divider. So basically, you can see that you can observe then on each of the graphs. If you zoom in, you can observe what was going on and at that exact point in time. So if there is a special moment that you see some kind of problem or anything like that, you can always zoom in and put an annotation there and then go to all the other graphs and check also how other part of the line behaved at that moment. Then we have oven, and we have here two interesting parts. So first of all, we have again recipe, baking time, steam, if it is used, gas. In this current demo, we don't have a steam introduced, but basically if you have steam, we can observe that and monitor and also give you information about how much was consumed. Then we have zones and the temperatures in the zones. And we have baking profile. very important thing. So you can know at the each moment of baking time what was the temperature of your product, basically, or let's say the temperature in the part of the oven where your product was at certain moment. And you can see that these two graphs, first of all, this is a baking profile graph, and you have here a timeline, as you can see, the exit time. And at the bottom, you have oven tunnel temperatures. So this is a graph for each coupole of your oven. And you can see that these graphs are connected between themselves. So when I'm moving this slider, you can see in which position is oven tunnel temperatures. And by observing that, you can see and also understand when you are in fact baking and when you are not doing, or the product is not in the oven. So you can exactly observe how these two graphs correlate. And again, as I said before, you can scroll on your mouse and get inside the graph to a very granular level. And here is, you see again, the annotation that we did at the beginning on a divider, on the divider machine. And of course, you can add an annotation here because it's something interesting on this part. So you have then a coupole temperatures and gas flow in this oven. So you have a lot of information that can help you understand how your line is performing and maybe also optimize the process of your line. We are quite sure that by using these tools, you can achieve a better results in terms of less stops on the line or less problems on the line. And just imagine if with this tool you could get half an hour less stops during the baking day. So if you can quickly calculate how many pieces you produce per hour. So let's say that we are with this tool helping you out achieve at least half an hour of less stops during the day, and you could quickly calculate how much does it come in 1 year of your product. Then we have a cooling spiral here, like an example. So the same goes like with the oven proofer and divider. We have some relevant information here that we think that is relevant also for you. But again, if there is something else that you find very important, you can just contact us and we will try to put it in the portal. Not a problem at all. Because sometimes it can happen that you can see some information that is really important on site, and it could be a nice thing to implement in the portal. So basically, again, recipe, cooling dwell, temperature, humidity, and also then spiral air temperature and relative humidity also in graphical representation. And again, scrolling, moving, seeing the annotation, and seeing what is going on in that exact moment when you put the annotation there. Then we have energy part that is a really important thing. So we can give you a quick information regarding electricity, natural gas, and steam. As I said, in this case, we don't have it, but you can have also this option, and how much you produced by consuming this amount of energy. So you can have here exact information regarding electrical consumption and gas consumption, and these graphs are aligned between them. So you can also correlate graphs of electricity and gas altogether, and also divider mass output, which is really important to understand when you produced, how much you produced, and how much energy you consume to do that. Then we have a very important part called alarms and warnings. Main idea of this part is to give you really detailed information what is going on in terms of alarms and warnings on your line. Again, you can see annotations that we have put before. You can put as many as you want. There is one thing that here we have also the time frame, last 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 days, all. If we say all is basically 1 month. But we will go into, let's say, 48 hours because it will be enough to see things and also to have these annotations here. So you can quickly go and check in which part there were some uh, critical errors or warnings or just info messages regarding how your machine is performing. But we added not to to make it simpler for you to use. We have created a new filtering method. So we have so-called flood windows where we detect start bursts, and you can configure how we detect these things. So when we have a lot of machines starting, we can include this into the graphs or exclude this from the graphs to make the graphs here down here more clear to view. And the same goes with the chatter candidates. So repeated short alarms, when they happen, they can also, let's say, confuse you when you are observing the timeline representation down below. So you have now option to exclude those or explicitly include, or make a combination of flood windows exclude and chatter candidates include, or vice versa. So you have now the option to really do a lot and clear up all the noise that could prevent you from find a root cause of your problems. So with this, you can really now have additional information and maybe better overview of what is going on your line in terms of errors, warnings, and other messages. You can, of course, see this information grouped. So critical together, warnings together, and info together. You can also sort by frequency, so you can see which part was having more warnings by duration. So you can see how much time this the machine was in error or warning state or info state. Heat map, so you can exactly see which machines are sending you out more warnings or more critical status or info messages. And there is another option. You can now export this information into comma separated value. So you can edit it then in Excel, for example, or you can make just a snapshot of this information here by exporting as a PNG file. So it's just a compressed picture file. So this is when we talk about alarms and warnings, and we have similar thing when we are talking about equipment status, because we know that machines can be in automatic state, in manual, or in stop state. And again, you have transition floods or chatter candidates here that can help you out, and also long non-auto states. So when people put machine in a manual or stop mode, or also in unknown mode, so when machine is, for example, not connected or something like that, you can now clearly see also this information directly from these graphs. And again, you can exclude and include only this information, or only see chatter candidates, repeated short non-auto states, so you can exactly see what is going on. And for each machine, you can exactly see what was the duration, what was the start, what was the end of the, for example, stop of this machine, and how many times it repeated. And again, grouped by frequency, by duration, or heat map. And of course, this heat map changes based on the filters that I'm putting on the top. So if I include these things or I explicitly exclude those. So you can quickly see that it is changing how we observe the situation on the line. And sometimes it's nice to have this option to quickly remove false positives basically out of the graphs. Then next option is to have cameras on the line, and we are here giving you the option to have screenshots from the cameras, but you can also have the option to have live stream. So if you click on the camera, you can have a live stream connection and you can observe what is going on. There are some extra technical prerequisites for that. We are not publishing these video streams anywhere outside your line. So basically you need connection to your site, like VPN or something like that. And then we can give you the option to watch the cameras that are set up on the line. And then we have maintenance part, which is really important, where you can sort by assets or tickets. What does it mean? So all the devices that are on the line are already present in our portal. So when you would like to have support from our side, you can just go on the device that is making problems to you, and you can just click on the tickets. You can see the tickets that are currently open or in progress. Somebody already took over this problem, or you can create a new ticket. You can just put the subject and the description of the problem, and you can attach a file or a picture or a video or something like that that is showing the problem that you are having. Similar thing is spares. So you can now order spare parts directly from the portal. So you can just add these pieces to uh, to uh, um, to this support request, and you can select by just having a quotation for these items, quotation with recommended service. So we can also give you an advice if for something, for some replacement, would be good to have our team on site to solve the problem. Request on-site service. So if you would like to have our colleagues coming there, you have these options, or ask after sales for recommendation if you are not absolutely sure what to do. And when you submit support request, basically our after sales will receive this information and prepare everything for you. This is really important to emphasize that by using ticketing system and spare parts ordering with this system, it's not possible then to get your emails lost or something like that. So we really encourage you to go into this and open tickets for support tickets and also spare parts ordering directly from the portal. Then we have service part where you have information about which thing should be done on some device, like cleaning, lubrication, and stuff like that. So I can open a task, click through activities when I did these activities, and I can go record completion. So this inspection and lubrication was done, and I can see here that it's now completed. You can see that we have different things. Some of them are just calendar based, so every 7 days you need to do that. Some of them are linked to the number of operating hours, like in this case, like PLC hours. 4,000 is a limit for this seal inspection. We are approaching that time, so do that. And we have also option to see it like schedule, like you see right now, or in calendar view. So you can also plan in advance who will do the maintenance or who will do some changes or verification on the machinery. So just by checking the calendar, you can see exactly when something should be performed. And we have at the end also manuals. In this demo version, you cannot download or open them, but in fact, there will be option to, for your line, when your machines will be inside, you will have option to open a PDF file with the user manual for this machine. So this would be a quick overview of how our portal looks like. So again, demo.smartbakeryline.com, you can open it right now and go through the things that I just showed you. I will now stop sharing. And if there are any questions, you are now you can now ask in the question and answer option in Zoom, or you can contact our colleagues and they will give you more information. We are really looking forward for your feedback. And if you see something that could be improved or we could add into our mm, system, just go ahead and provide this feedback to us. So there are some questions regarding if we have the option to use this if we have trays with more than 100 units per tray. If it is if there is a possibility to read this information from PLC, the answer is yes. But as this information as this question is really specific, I would like you to, or maybe I will get the information and I will get back to you directly to give you this information regarding preventive maintenance alerts. Yes, they can be incorporated and we are working on it. So you can also choose from a couple of options like sending you an email or something like that. There will be, of course, notifications on the website, but we know that some of you would like to have like I said, emails or something like that sent directly to you when maintenance should be done. So yes, we are working on it. Okay, so if there are no additional questions, I would like to thank you for today's session. I hope it was informative for you, so you get some new information about what we are doing, and we are looking forward for your feedback and also for new implementation of smart bakery line portal on your lines. Thank you very much for today and see you in the next seminar.